Beer here back in the Fantasy Bar with 6 of my favorite best ball running backs over on DraftKings, including my favorite mid-round pick. My third-round running back I think will return first-round value. Who's my favorite value play? My favorite rookie running back, and of course, my favorite running back of them all. I expect to finish as RB1, and it may be a surprise. Who is it? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Beer's Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Good to be back here in the Fantasy Bar once again, continuing our best ball series over on DraftKings with a look at 6 of my favorite running backs in those drafts, trying to cover every area of the draft for you guys and giving you some of the guys that I'm going out of my way to lock into my DraftKings best ball lineups this season. So before we get into the plays at the running back position, guys, got a special offer for you, exclusive to the Fantasy Bar community here. Head over to rotogrinders.com/beer for $10 off a Core 4 premium subscription. You say, what is that? That's going to cover you for 4 sports for the year: baseball, NBA, PGA Tour golf, and of course, NFL, highlighted by our revolutionary Lineup HQ tool, which gives you access to ownership projections, to stat projections. You can make lineups right in there, 1 up to 150, as well as best ball rankings from some of the sharpest minds in the industry, all under that one Core 4 premium subscription. So some of the best information you are going to find out there, and this is a way to save a few dollars for your home for the best premium information out there. rotogrinders.com/beer. One more thing before we get into the plays. Guys, if you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We got something for you guys as well. Stay tuned later in the video for a shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well to get notified when these videos are coming out. All right, enough of that. Let's get into some of my favorite best ball running backs on DraftKings. Let's start in the mid-range with KAREEM Hunt of the Browns. Now, this is one of those situations I really like to look for, where it's almost a double prong, where KAREEM Hunt has instant value no matter what happens. We know he's going to be heavily involved in this Browns offensive attack. We know Nick Chubb is there as well. Nick Chubb's a guy you got to spend a first, second round pick on. I would rather wait and grab KAREEM Hunt here in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, wherever he may last in your draft. Right now, ADP has him about middle of the 6th round. I think it's tremendous value for a guy. So we get him, again, going to contribute immediately, especially in the passing game. We saw Hunt being very involved last season with Nick Chubb perfectly healthy. So why would he not be involved this season, especially? And with the PPR format that we get on DraftKings, it really raises KAREEM Hunt's ceiling in that sense as well. So immediate roll. If something does happen to Nick Chubb, we're talking about a guy that you would draft in the 1st round. So these are those kind of high upside picks I want to make, that we don't have to wait and sit and wait for something to happen. He's going to give you numbers right off the bat. And if we do get that injury, sky's the limit here. But let's look at some of the numbers. Was on a great pace last season. We know missed half the season with that suspension, but 74 receptions is what he would have racked up over 16 games. We replaced a coaching staff that had no idea what they were doing offensively, with a staff who has shown they can utilize a running game here, and that's what we're going to get with the Cleveland Browns. Again, Chubb, fine, but I'd rather spend a 5th, 6th round pick on KAREEM Hunt. We have an improved offensive line, improved coaching staff. I think the sky is the limit for this offense. You have great receivers there as well. Expect Baker Mayfield to take a step, but KAREEM Hunt going to be involved from day one. Too cheap at that mid-6th round ADP. All right, let's go to the 2-3 turn. A guy I'm locking in almost every draft there, James Conner of the Steelers. Now, the ADP really creeping up on James Conner, but it still has not gone high enough. In fact, I'm perfectly happy grabbing him as my second running back anywhere in the 2nd round. So if he's there at the 2-3 turn, or as ADP suggests, in the middle of the 3rd, you're just straight stealing at this point. I think James Conner, easily the guy I think can outproduce his draft costs and end up landing you a 1st round value. So you go big at running back in the 1st round, or one of the high-end wide receivers, you end up with James Conner here. I think you end up with multiple 1st round draft picks. But the concern, the injury costs, and that's what's factored in to his ADP. If we knew this guy was going to be perfectly healthy, he would be a 1st or 2nd round pick. So we're already paying for that injury downside, but the upside, tremendous here with James Conner. We know Pittsburgh loves to utilize one running back, and they utilize them heavily, both on the ground and through the air. And we've already seen that out of Conner. Let's just go back a short 2 seasons ago. This guy caught 55 balls and scored 13 touchdowns. So we're too quick to write guys off sometimes, myself included, but James Conner, 25 years old, a coach that believes in him and loves to use a workhorse running back, the return of their star quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger, weapons galore, both wide receiver and tight end. James Conner in for a massive season here. Back, get you a little betting tip here. 40-1 to lead the league in rushing over on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Don't hate putting a few bucks down on James Conner to take that title. All right, let's get you a value play now deeper in your drafts. A guy I'm looking for and swinging the fences for, it was Matt BREIDA of the Dolphins. So we know the Dolphins, bring in Jordan Howard, bring in Matt BREIDA. They had to do something after Ryan Fitzpatrick led this team in rushing, and Patrick Laird, great story last season in the DFS circles, not the answer here. But I do think Matt BREIDA can be that guy. We know he's very good in the passing game. In fact, 2018 registered the highest receiving score according to PFF, higher than Christian McCaffrey, higher than Alvin Kamara, a guy that we know can be a dominant pass catcher. And I think Jordan Howard and Matt BREIDA will both be involved here. Jordan Howard going to have some decent weeks as well, but Matt BREIDA, the guy that they can use on first and second down as well as in the passing game. And I really think that's what you're going to see here out of this Miami offense. So the upside is massive. We know this guy on field, one of the fastest players in the league. In fact, registered one of the fastest plays in the league according to Next Gen Stats in the past season or two. So the proof is in the pudding here with Matt BREIDA. Another guy, injuries have been a concern, but in the 9th, 10th round, I'm not worried about that. I'm looking for upside. I'm swinging for the fences, and this is the point in your draft. You start swinging, and you do it with Matt BREIDA. So let's check some of the boxes here. Yeah, a role will be there for him. Pass catching option. Late ADP, almost in the 10th round. An upgraded offensive line for this team. A new offensive coordinator in Chan Gailey, who's always done a good job with the running game, and even supporting multiple running backs back in 2016 was Matt Forte and Bilal Powell. Both those guys put big numbers on the board here. So I like Jordan Howard, but I absolutely love Matt BREIDA. He's the guy I want here for Miami. 9th, 10th round, an absolute steal here. Swing for the fences and hit that home run here with Matt BREIDA. All right, another mid-range guy I'm looking at here is Latavius Murray of the Saints. So I put the word handcuff in air quotes. Not a big fan of handcuffing in fantasy football, but I do like grabbing everybody else's handcuff. I think that's what you want to do here with Latavius Murray. Checks a similar box as Kareem Hunt. Won't be as involved as Hunt, especially in the passing game, but this is a guy that they will give work to. Alvin Kamara is not a guy they're going to go out and give 20 carries to. So Latavius has a role right off the bat in a very good offense. Alvin Kamara, a guy that traditionally has dealt with a lot of injuries. I know he's only missed 3 games over his 3-year career, but how many games do we see this guy limp to the sidelines, leave the game early? There's always opportunity for Latavius Murray in that sense as well. And think back just to last season, Alvin Kamara goes out and Latavius Murray, one of the most valuable running backs in all of fantasy football. So to have that on your bench, a break glass in case of emergency, a guy that can still give you production, and a team that has historically shown us they can support multiple running backs, not only weekly, but over the course of a season. Moving back to Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, I think you could see the same thing play out here for the New Orleans Saints. And Latavius Murray, ADP in the 11th round, is absolute stealing here. Love the value on Latavius here of the New Orleans Saints. All right, moving on to our next play. We got to get you a rookie. A lot of great rookie running backs came in the league this season, but at cost, my favorite, J.K. Dobbins of the Ravens. Now, I could have said Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round. I'm a big fan there as well, but let's go down a little bit further in the draft, into the 7th round, where you're going to find J.K. Dobbins. So all of the other rookie running backs, Jonathan Taylor is going to go in the 3rd round. Akers, Swift, those guys will probably go 5th, 6th round. Then you sit back and you gobble up J.K. Dobbins in the 7th. To me, only a matter of time before he's the guy there in Baltimore. Mark Ingram, very productive, kind of outdid himself last season, especially in the passing game. The Ravens love J.K. Dobbins. So it may not be week 1, week 2, but I think a matter of time. He is the guy there in Baltimore. We know rookie running backs have the easiest transition coming into the league. So this abbreviated preseason, not as worried about that as I would be with a pass catcher who needs to get on the same page with his quarterback, a tight end that basically has multiple positions to learn as a blocker and a pass catcher. We've seen a lot of rookie running backs come in and make an instant impact here in year 1. I think Dobbins going to be that guy. Again, the cheapest investment of all these great rookie running backs. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, of this entire class. And Baltimore, we know, loves to run the football. Led the NFL in carries, yards per carry. You know, a lot of that's driven by Lamar Jackson. There's a lot of opportunity here Dobbins can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. So don't be afraid to take the shot here on J.K. Dobbins. Can also head over to the DraftKings Sportsbook. Got another betting tip for you. J.K. Dobbins 25-1 to be the offensive rookie of the year. So normally that goes to a quarterback. I think Dobbins put some huge numbers on the board, takes home that award, and put some money in that DK account for you. Little bonus play for you here from the Fantasy Bar. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite running back here in these best ball drafts. But before we do that, guys, I promised you a shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. We're going to do that right now. All I need you to do, get in the comment section below the video and tell me your favorite running back at cost in these best ball drafts. I don't need Christian McCaffrey. I know he's the 101. Give me a case. Give me a reason why your guy's the best. The best argument. I'm going to send some free RotoGrinders Premium to. I may even pick 2. So let's get in there. Let's talk some running backs. Make the case for your guy. Can't wait to see what you guys talk about. Let's take a look at my favorite running back here in these best ball drafts. You know Matt's the beast of the year. All right, Beast time. One more running back to go. We're going to go back to that first round. I don't need to tell you those top 4 guys are studs. If you miss out on those guys, have no fear. Joe Mixon, a guy I want in a lot of these drafts, in my beast of the year. Now, you talk about a consolation prize. So you miss out on Zeke, Kamara, McCaffrey, Barkley, some of these other guys. You're all bummed out. Have no fear. You're picking in that 6, 7, 8, all the way down to, I've seen this guy go as late as the second round. Joe Mixon, the guy I want to place my chip on as the guy to dominate out of that position. Let's take a look at the surrounding talent around him. They bring in Joe Burrow. They get a little healthier on the offensive line, getting first-round pick Jonah Williams back in the fold. A.J. Green is back at the receiver position. Tyler Boyd has been great there, as well as year 2 under Coach Zach Taylor. I think this offense is going to surprise some people and be very good. We know Burrow loves to throw the running back out of the backfield. We saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire make a lot of money playing with Joe Burrow. I think Joe Mixon going to be heavily involved in the passing game here for Cincinnati. I know Gio Bernard is there. They will work him in. They got some other young guys they like. But Mixon, a guy I think goes over 350 touches, crossed 300 last season. And I'm willing to bet on him crossing 350 touches here this season. And I got to go bold here to wrap this up. We love the hot takes here, but I am a believer in this stance. Joe Mixon will finish the season running back 1 overall. And the beauty is you don't have to draft him there. Just sit back, let everyone grab those running backs early, and grab Joe Mixon in the mid to late first round. And you got the RB1 in your best ball drafts. Easily my favorite RB for the 2020 season and the running back beast of the year. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up here for our running back best ball video on DraftKings. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, the comment section is there for you. Don't forget, give me your argument for your favorite running back. Could be a cheap guy, mid-range guy, an early round guy you think is not going high enough. Comment section is where I need those. The best argument, the best case is going to win themselves that free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Can also head over to Twitter, follow me at BeerMakersFan, and on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and you subscribe to the channel. Still got some more videos coming out. The quarterback video already out there. Wide receivers and tight ends to go. Football season right around the corner, and we can't wait here at RotoGrinders to get things started and to be a part of your premium offerings for RotoGrinders.com. I am Beer saying salut. Guys, best of luck in these drafts. We'll talk wide receivers next. Good luck, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist